Welcome to Care Sandwich, the podcast where we dive into the success journeys of law firm owners across the country. I'm Margarita Everline, your host and the founder of Marketing Boss, a fractional chief marketing officer firm for law firms. On this show, we'll explore the challenges, strategies, and victories that have shaped law firms and how they wrap every interaction with care. Because we believe that caring isn't just a value, it's a strategy for success. So grab your favorite sandwich, sit back, and let's dig into a conversation filled with insight, inspiration, and of course, a lot of care. Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of Care Sandwich. I am so excited to introduce Johnquel Neal. She is known as the Real Deal Neal, and she is a PI attorney in Atlanta. And if you haven't followed her on social media, follow her today, tomorrow, and every day because she posts some really neat content. It's gorgeous, on brand. Super excited to have her on as a guest today. And tell us about you. I want to know your story. I know your story, but I want the audience to know your story. How did you get started and what do you do and how do you do it different?
Well, thank you. Thank you guys so much for having me. So excited to be here with you all. My name's Johnquel Neal and I do go by attorney Real Deal Neal. I'm from Syracuse, New York. I've been an attorney for 15 years and I just recently opened up my law firm about a year and 4 months ago. So this has been an interesting.
You look like you've been around for 10 years.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. That means so much to me, considering your role in the industry. That means so much. But for me, growing up, I guess I didn't necessarily think that I would be an attorney, but my mom, this is the thing about words and why words are so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
My mom would tell me growing up that I really hope you become a lawyer because you have so much mouth. I think I was very argumentative and very opinionated as a young child. And so she literally planted that seed and would say it over and over again for years. So
just out of curiosity, what were you so sassy about as a child? Like what? What was your...
I don't even remember. I mean, I don't know, to be quite honest with you. I don't recall. And I do recall high school and my behavior then, but growing up, I mean, she definitely told me that when I was a young girl. So, I have siblings. I have two brothers and a sister. So, I don't know. I mean, we always got into some interesting stuff.
And I love that you said, I don't recall instead of I don't remember, like the rest of us peasants. I don't recall. Anyway, I digress. So in your law firm, I know you've only been around a short time, but you definitely have, created an amazing reputation even before you launched your own law firm.
Sure.
How did your journey before you own your law firm form the way that you created and built the law firm that you have, that you run, that you put your name on?
That's such an interesting question because, your reputation is really all that you have. And, when I first started out, all I did was work really, really hard. I just wanted to be the best lawyer that I could be. I just always wanted to do an excellent job. And so I've worked in some different sectors. I'm a former homicide prosecutor. I was a defense lawyer for State Farm, a litigator. So I defended against personal injury cases. And then I eventually went out on I then switched to plaintiff's litigation. I did trucking litigation at a big firm. I was a litigator there on the plaintiff side. And so, I think that once you really put in the work and people really see your work ethic, and at the DA's office, I was constantly in court every day for years. So I had tons of cases against lawyers all over the city. I was before tons of judges. And so, I think it's the most important thing for me is people remember how you made them feel, not what you did for them. And I just believe that you should always be kind to people and always, be good to people because
Right.
people remember that. And so I just was myself. And the biggest thing I can say is be yourself. Just be authentically yourself. And when you're yourself, People will love or hate you, but either
Right.
way, you can sleep good at night that, you know what, I gave it my all, I did my best, and this is me. I'm showing up as myself. So that's my journey about opening up my own firm. So then when I did open up my own firm, I didn't, um, it's not, I had a plan that I would open up my own firm when I turned 40. Yet I am 39. I opened up my firm at 38, which means that I opened up 2 years earlier, which means that I didn't really have my plan and foundation set. I had my foundation, but I really didn't have my plan set for when I opened. But, I'm a very spiritual person. And the Lord told me that, it was time. And so it was time for me to open up my own firm. I did it 2 years early, and I had no idea where I was going to get clients from. I had no idea, but I had so much support from so many people, from people you wouldn't even think of, and people that knew me, and I may not even knew them that well. And so it's very important how you carry yourself and how you treat people. I know that was a little lengthy. I can be a talker.
No, you're good. And I'm gonna say something that's a little controversial for a marketer to say, okay? When
Hmm.
I look at your marketing and I hear the way people talk, because we're both in Atlanta,
Uh-huh.
and I think people give marketing too much credit. That's the controversial statement that I'm making.
Okay.
I'm a professional marketer, okay?
That's right.
And my advice that I always give my clients is, before we have a conversation about the look and feel and the logo and the slogan and all of that, like, I want to get to know you as a person. I want to go deep before we can talk about all the ways that we're going to make you look good out here. And I'm going to dial it back to, I've seen your journey from day one to now.
Hmm.
Your marketing looks very glam. It looks like success. And I get the impression, because I listen, to how people talk,
Hmm.
that people think that that's what helped you grow, that it was your marketing. Oh, because she has nice pictures, or because she has nice videos, and that's why she's
Mm-mm.
growing. But I really wanted to do this interview so that people can actually hear, and I can ask you questions and people can actually hear. You're a person of substance. My
Hmm.
philosophy is that before we can have a conversation and really position you as a law firm owner that is the best and that deserves to get as many potential new clients calling your firm, we need to have that conversation about substance. This doesn't work when you don't treat people right. And I've been in
That's right.
situations. This business is what it is. I've
Hmm.
been in situations where people hire me, and again, this is controversial for me to say, to come and fix it, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's nothing wrong with the marketing. Like, the phone's ringing. Like, your logo's okay. And I get into the weeds, and it's the customer service. And it's not always the attorneys. Sometimes it's as simple as the receptionist is rude. She's in a bad mood. Like, somebody get her a coffee, right? Or him.
Hmm.
But sometimes it is the way people manage cases takes a back seat to the appearance that they're trying to portray. And I want you to talk about that. Like, how do you do it, right? What I like about you, and you as a case study, is a lot of the attorneys that I've met that have substance, they don't like to take pictures. They don't like to take videos. They don't like to put themselves out there. And they're the ones that I'm like, you need to go. So talk to
Uh-huh.
us about that. Like, how do you balance staying true to the substance, staying true to the little girl with a mouth whose mama told her, you need to be an attorney, you need to do this for the world, and to the girl that had all these different career experiences and created a reputation for herself before opening her firm. And now you have that tension between the portrayal of the glam and the success and the brand and making the content, while still addressing that at the end of the day, you're going to court, you're practicing law, you're doing,
Yeah,
I mean, right before this podcast interview, you were in court.
I was
How do
all
you do it?
day.
How do you do it? Give us some advice. Like, talk to the attorney that has substance and that knows that they should be out there, but they're thinking to themselves, maybe they have that limiting belief of, the moment I go out there, I can no longer say I have substance. Like, that's what I want to talk about. Like, share your best tips.
Well, that's an interesting construct. I suppose I never thought about it that way because my major in undergrad was television and film production. So I'm a mass communications major. So
Mm,
for me to get up and do productions, create content, that stuff is, I mean, I studied how to film. So
got it.
for me, I think that that is a distinguishing factor, I think, why that's easier for me to navigate because that was my field of study. And
Got it.
so things come natural to me. Even my marketing team, I will tell them, you could zoom in on that caption, or you need to capture that, or I need you to do this, or no, we're not doing that. You know, I can say that with a lot of confidence because I have that foundation from undergrad. And so, and I had internships in television and radio as well, before I became an attorney. So the one thing that a lot of people think that, one, not to go too far off task, but you know, you don't have to major in political science or criminal justice or any of those things to become an attorney because law schools like diversity. They love people with
Yes.
various different backgrounds that makes that's what makes our society great, right? All of these diverse backgrounds coming together. And so that's why when it comes to my content, why that's still holistically who I am. And it's never a discussion of substance because that is an arm of me that I study that I'm able to cultivate now in a different way.
Wow. So for the rest of the attorneys that maybe did not major, I'm going to extract then how do I apply your experiences, maybe enjoy it. That makes it a lot more doable because it sounds to me like you're enjoying it. What if you find a way to enjoy the content creation process, to enjoy putting yourself out there? It doesn't feel like a tension anymore.
Well, you know, here's some of my advice. Number one, I believe in staying true to yourself. I know law firm owners that are doing absolutely fantastic and they don't do any marketing, right? In this way. And so I think that you have to stay, number one, my thing is that you have to stay true to what yourself is and what your brand is. But number two, though, if it's not you, in fact, that feels comfortable, can you hire somebody at the firm that can be the marketing arm of the firm, right? Or someone that loves to get in front of the camera, or someone, or maybe partner with someone and maybe you guys can do campaigns and different things like that. I don't, I, so I think that there's the culmination of a few things. I think that one, I'm a big believer in stretching yourself and always challenging yourself.
Hmm.
That is something that I thrive on and that I have to be doing on a regular basis. I've always been that way.
That's
And so,
interesting. That's interesting because some attorneys and law firm owners, they get to a certain point and then they get comfortable. And you're right, that's a pattern.
well, and it could just be their personality. Some people don't thrive off of that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And so I- I'm a big believer in staying true to who you
yeah. Right.
are. And if being in front of the camera is not what you specifically want to do,
Got it.
how can you still incorporate it in the firm? Can you do more firm events, or can you do more things with the employees or contractors of the firm?
Mm.
How can you incorporate other things where you can still stay true to yourself? I do not think that you are forced because social media is the new wave of marketing. I don't think that anyone has to be forced to do that if they really don't want to do it. I think that you can evolve, right? In a way that is conducive that makes you most comfortable. That's how I feel. Now I'm not a marketer.
No, and that's
But
a really good point. I agree with your thought process, and I'll add this. As a marketer, I have had conversations with certain attorneys where, to your point, they hate the camera, they don't want to take pictures, and I'll try my best because diverse marketing is ideal. You want to hit as many channels as possible. But if we have to have a come to Jesus, so to speak, about, listen, that's never going to be for you. Okay, let's run ads. Let's do other things. Let's put up billboards where it's just the one picture. So yeah, to your point, there are other things that you can do, but I think for me, the case study is you want to invest in marketing, and I'm going to debate with you a little bit. You said there
okay.
are really good attorneys that don't do marketing. A lot of people forget networking is marketing. Having something as simple as a website that people can go check to see if it's legit, that's marketing. Having an Avo profile, that's marketing. You still have to address the marketing to the degree that you're comfortable with and that it fits, to your point, to the authentic you. to the firm that you're wanting to build.
There, I hope you're enjoying the conversation and your sandwich as much as we are. I want to take a moment to share a few words about our sponsor, Marketing Boss. If you're a law firm owner looking to supercharge your growth, our team at Marketing Boss is here to help. We've got over a decade of experience and a proven track record, and we specialize in growing law firms like yours with data-driven marketing leadership. So if you own a law firm and you're ready to get a predictable, steady flow of cases from your marketing, let's connect at marketing-boss.com.
That's what I meant. I meant specifically, my response was specifically about your question about getting on the camera.
Yes.
That's why I gave that. So certainly some attorneys market to other attorneys. They go and speak at CLEs all across the country. They sponsor community events, which we do those things too. So I think that I think that you can run your firm how you organically, authentically want and dominate in those areas that you feel comfortable or that you thrive in. And if there's a weakness, find a way that it can be cultivated or not. Now, I am a new law firm owner, not a new lawyer, but a new law firm owner. So I'm still learning, from everyone else as well. So I'm always open.
That's a good tip. Yeah. I think no matter where you are in your business as a law firm owner, you should always be open to learning from other law firm owners, because every law firm is unique and has a different head and has different priorities. And it's great to find other attorneys that maybe you align with. For example, how you want to structure your operations might be similar to one law firm and not another. So that's really smart. And it's a really, really good tip. Now, I want to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is customer service. Okay.
Okay. You
are amazing. You're a caring person. You're a rock star. You're doing all these things. And you have to delegate some of your tasks, like maybe managing, files, medical records. Like, how do you ensure that your firm culture, the people that work on your team that touch your cases, your customers, align with your DNA of care?
That's a very great question. And my firm is still evolving as it relates to that and still building systems. But one of the things that I have had a keen eye on since I've opened is my systems and processes in place. And I am very, very much involved, right? And so every client at my firm has spoken to me. Right. You never want to get so big or you're so busy that you have not spoken to everyone, all of your clients. Everyone may not subscribe to that, but my clients have spoken to me. They know who I am. And
That's
so
amazing.
Yeah. I speak to my clients. So that is how my pulse is very to the ground. So if they have anything to say about their case, they know that they can say it directly to me. So it's my staff, they are fantastic. And I think regular trainings is important. I think, being present during specific calls or workflows, them shadowing you throughout the day. I've got some folks that work with me that want to become lawyers. And so two of them, instead of working on cases, they were in court with me all day today from 9 until 3:30. And so, at my firm, anybody that interviews with my firm, I ask them, what is it that you ultimately want to do? Because I want to be able to support you in that. And what you ultimately may want to do may not align with this firm, but I need to know that. Right. And so, but if it is an endeavor that I can help you with, then I want to be able to do that for you. And so, yes, I have two people that work for my firm now that want to become attorneys, and I am happy to take them to court. Happy to have them observe various different things in the firm, although they're legal assistants, and I'm so happy to do that, and interns. And so, it's important.
Great tip. I think some law firm owners might be intimidated by somebody saying that they want to be an attorney or want to own their own firm. And so you're basically saying, you know what? No, lean into it, embrace it.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well. I subscribe to the same philosophy in my business, to be honest. I ask my team, like, what is your goal 10 years from now? And I don't get offended if it doesn't involve me in my in marketing boss. And I do try to make it fun while they're with me, and I try to teach them as much as possible. And I've had people come and go that way where we knew there was an end point. They were just going to be for a couple of years. They were going to learn certain things and then move on. And vaya con Dios.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that for me, I'm always looking towards the future. And so everything that I do, I see as an investment of my time. And if you ultimately want to become an attorney, why can't I foster that for you to be an attorney with me? You may even one day become a partner at my firm, right?
Mhm.
And then you have been here with me from the ground up. And so I see my people that work with me as an investment. It's an investment not just in my firm, but an investment into my community, in any way that I can help them. I want to be able to do that. But I believe that my purpose, I've always, ever since I was a child, I don't know why, but I've always felt my biggest goal was to leave a legacy on this planet, on this earth. And in what capacity and to what reach, I don't know, but it is important to me to be able to give back. So if I can pull someone up with me and we can go forward or push you farther than I did, I'm feeling like I am leaving a legacy and I'm leaving something behind, that hopefully someone can pick up and keep carrying. So that's my goal. So
It's beautiful. Did somebody do that for you? Can you think of somebody that did that for you?
you know what? The one thing I can say is that I had absolutely fantastic parents. My mom and dad, they are still married. They've been married. They're going on their 39th year anniversary, wedding anniversary, and they are about your spirituality. They are about you giving back to the community. They are about you being involved in your church. They are about you achieving excellence and being the best that you could possibly be. And so growing up, although on my page you may see the beautiful pictures and the videos, I was raised to be a scholar and to be a leader in my community and to be an athlete. All of us play sports. I come from a big sports family. And so all of what you all, or what people that don't know me well may see on my page, I was raised to focus on the inside, with the caveat to always take excellent care of yourself physically as well. And so that is something I'm very passionate about: working out, physical fitness, mental health. I believe in doing all of that. But my parents, I was very blessed to have fantastic parents. So I would say that it would definitely be them. And my family, my grandparents, I mean,
That's
my family.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I know I kind of put you
You.
on the spot with that intimate detail, but I just think it's important to share because when you were speaking, I just got this image of you're just paying it forward. Somebody
Yeah.
poured into you and you can't help but pour out to others was the visual that I got while you were describing that. So is there anything else that you would like to share as a word of advice to maybe that person that was where you were a year and a half ago and figuring out, should I stay or should I go? What do I do? Like, I'm doing this early. God spoke to me. Like, what would you say to that person?
I would say that if you're a spiritual person and if you're a Christian, I would say to be in prayer about it and meditate and wait for the Lord to tell you when to go. And I'm going to tell you that when I came out on my own, I was absolutely terrified because I have had a paycheck every 2 weeks my entire adult career. Okay. And so that is a massive undertaking to go out and just take away your paychecks and spend massive amounts of money on building a firm. And so you're going to spend months just seeing money go out of the door. I used to look at, I mean, I'm like, we're still here. We're still here. We're still here.
Yep.
We're still spending. So,
Invest in your business. Yeah. Yeah.
but you got to invest in yourself. And my humble advice is to bet on yourself, and whatever you feel is a flaw for you or a weakness, cultivate that and lean into that. Since most
Mm.
of the last 15 years I have been practicing law, so being an attorney is a strong suit for me, right? A litigator. I've been a trial lawyer for 15 years. That is my strength. So I spend majority of my time now working on my business acumen because I'm up here and I need the business acumen to be up here, right? And so whatever I can do to help me get up there, I am relentless about that. And so, I think it's important to be relentless about what your goals are. And you will have to be an entrepreneur, you will have to have a relentlessness. You would have to be relentless, okay? Because you will come across a lot of shortcomings, shortfalls. You will make mistakes, and you have got to be relentless in achieving your goals. So hopefully, this was helpful, and I want to thank everyone, and thank you, Margarita, for having me on here. And it was such an honor and a privilege to be here for everybody. And I hope that I'm able to help. Hopefully, I said something.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I bet there's people listening to this that are thinking, I gotta contact her, refer cases to her, or I need an attorney. How can they get in touch with you?
Sure. So the law firm number is 888-884-NEAL, NEAL. That's our phone number. And then you can follow me on social media, Attorney Real Deal Neal on Instagram. And then the law firm has pages on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and Instagram, the Johnquel Neal Firm. So that's how you can find it.
Wonderful. There you have it. You can call the Real Deal Neal to refer her cases if you don't practice what she practices, or maybe you don't litigate, and you can contact her if your loved one has been injured in an accident, big accident, whatever accident that requires a litigator, some serious representation. You know who to call. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Truck accidents. Call me.
Yes, truck accidents. Thank you all for listening and for watching. We'll catch you on the next episode of Care Sandwich.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Care Sandwich. Remember, the way we care for our clients, our teams, and ourselves can make all the difference in our success. Until next time, keep caring, keep growing, and I'll see you on the next episode of Care Sandwich.